Yo, yo, yo. How's everybody doing? As everybody on my shirt can on here can see, it says the Citadel on here. According to my last few uploads, I was in my homeless gear. But I'm on my lunch break. I'm in my work gear. So this should be proof that I got a job. You know, but it's, you know, my wife and I are just struggling with living in an environment right now. And no matter if you see this video on Facebook or my 420 Facebook pages or my YouTube channel, you know, I'm gonna be sharing my wife's and my Facebook fundraiser link on there, you know. Or at least now I'm on my lunch break. Officially. 21 housekeeping, I am on my break.
Did you say something?
Yeah, I was just letting housekeeping know I'm on my break.
In one cop. 36, copy.
And see, I'm using a walkie-talkie and people talk back. Proof I got a job. I've been here for a little bit over a year. Had an apartment for almost close to the same time. And, you know, so just currently struggling, you know. Nothing much. Another day in paradise. Hey, what's I don't know if that's just for security, but if us housekeepers need to go through that way, is there a pin that we can use, or can we just open it?
There should be a pin, but let me talk to Thomas about it before I give anything out.
Okay, I know that'd be the best bet. Hold on. But yeah. I forgot to put my screen back in. Uh-oh. We'll do that later. But yeah, as a lot of y'all seen on some of my previous YouTube podcasts, I've done them with my work uniform. And if a couple of the previous ones, showed that I was homeless and made you guys start thinking, I'm sorry about that. So, but yeah,
What's going on?
not all that much, just chilling.
Right? Have a good day.
You too. But yeah, that's pretty much, you know, not too many people want to help others because they have all these suspicious and typical stereotypicalness of judging of whatever that situation is, you know. And that's not the case in my wife and our case, and whatnot. It's one of those. We just hit a rough spot that was out of our control. You know, so. Uh-oh. But yeah, I would appreciate it if people would friggin' participate more and whatnot in the whole civilization of things, of helping others when they need it. Not exactly everyone, because there are people out there that will lie to you and make something up. In our case, we're not. So, you know, everybody goes through difficult times, you know. And if I was in a position to help somebody else that was struggling with something, I would happily help, you know. If I can help, you know. And kind of, you know, I can understand when it comes to the younger generation, they're going to be thinking to be more self-centered and be like, you got yourself in this mess, you can get yourself out, with the attitude behind it, you know. And but yeah, and with the older generation, they don't mind helping if they see legitly that, you know, the person is trying, but yet they're not exactly having the best of luck, so they pitch in and help here and help there. Hey, here's a few dollars for some food for tonight, or here's, do you guys need help to get a room or for the night or two, or and we'll help pay for it and whatnot, or you know, yeah, churches are a good source, but a lot of the churches are, for resources, churches are the kind, if we help, you gotta commit to our church, and I'm like, I already got a home church, I'm not switching, thank you. And yes, there's city resources out here for me to be able to go and tap into and get, which I am going to, like HUD or out here in Colorado Springs, it's called Gratio. Do the whole freaking Section 8 thing, whatever, to be able to make life a little bit more simpler on ourselves, and so I'm only getting, excuse me, I'm only getting 20 hours a week, or now 25, but for the longest time I was doing 30 hours a week, and that was what helped help us keep our apartment, but it was the end of our lease. We would have liked to have renewed, but they wanted to add an extra $200 to our bills, and health inspection went in and said it was unfit for living, because of cockroaches and things needed to be fixed and whatnot. But yeah, and when it comes to family, the family issue thing, family and friends. What family? All my family is in Arizona. The only one that would help if she could financially is my mother, but she can't right now. She's gone through situations herself up there in Prescott, or down there in Prescott, Arizona. So she can't exactly help financially, but she does keep me in her prayers. And my aunt and uncle, they don't give a shit. I try to ask them for help, and they're like, "Sorry, dude, you're on your own." And my uncle, he makes $2 to $10 grand a week. He can easily toss over a couple $100 here and there, But he says, "Oh, I'm in $500 worth of debt. We're currently working on the swimming pool. We got all this stuff going on, and with the cars and whatnot." I'm like, if you did not have a freaking mansion with freaking 2 master bedrooms and pillars inside of the main living area, and pretty much living out of your ass, pretty much financially, you wouldn't have debt. For crying out loud, for anybody that shops at Walmart or grocery-wise knows that Top Ramen packets and Top Ramen cups run anywhere from 15 cents to 25 plus cents a packet. I've been bringing that stuff for work. Yes, don't get me wrong. I know it sounds like I'm complaining. I'm not, but I'm just stating a fact, expressing myself, and I don't mind willing to, friggin' live dirt cheap. I mean, I've done it before. I prefer living dirt cheap than out of my means, And a lot of people, no matter if it's the new generations or the older generations, are always freaking spending out of their means and wonder why, they have a little bit of debt here and a little bit of debt there. And it's like, if you guys didn't fucking spend and get things that you guys didn't need, you guys wouldn't have a problem with that. And also, there's if anybody that views this likes the band Everest or Everlast or no, something like that. Whatever. Ever something I forgot. They make a song called "I Get By," and that's pretty much my viewpoint on things. I'm working. I'll support my family the best I can. If any of you guys view this song, I'll even post a link to of it on YouTube, other than the YouTube music video on here. That's pretty much my viewpoint and the way I feel. Fuck the government, fuck police. Not exactly 100%. They do serve their purpose to an extent, but still, one of those. It's not. They don't serve the people like they should, like they originally got started to do so in the beginning of this country. They got when this country was found, y'all. It was founded to get away from England and all the taxes and the bullshit that the England government had. If you look at our country now, and look back then, between the history of back then and now of England, you guys would be like, what the fuck, and whatnot. So, in the Declaration or whatever, it's we the people, us the people, we the people, the whole 9 yards, and that they're supposed to be working for us and getting paid by our tax dollars and stuff, but yet they're driving around in Bentleys and Lexuses and retiring early off of a pretty big pension. It's like you're not supposed to get rich and wealthy off of the poor and needy and others. Well, I'm gonna have to get back inside here to work, y'all. My wife and I might be homeless, but I have a job, a source of income. It's not much. I'm only bringing in about 25 hours worth of work at what is it? 11 something an hour, which is minimum wage, with taxes cut out, plus child support cut out, which is $300 a month. We can't exactly live right now. And I don't exactly have the money to go to the child support office to reduce the monthly payments. And I don't exactly want to try, I want to, but don't have the means to get another job, because if I went to go get a job and it's that time frame between, looking for one, applying for it, getting the interview, hopefully impress them well enough to get the job, and then doing the whole 2 weeks notice from last paycheck of this job to the first paycheck of the next. I don't want to quit and then look and do all that. I want my wife to be able to bring in income and all that, so we can have some kind of a cushion to be able to do something like that, if that makes sense, and whatnot. And this is proof, y'all. Check this out, if you guys can. Look, this is my break room, y'all. I work at the Citadel Mall in Colorado Springs, in janitorial. I've been here for a little bit over a year and whatnot. So I have a job. I'm working. I got a freaking walkie-talkie, freaking, like I said, janitorial. I got the freaking keys to prove it. So if you guys think I'm bullshitting on being homeless and needing help and I'm going to be doing this and that with the money or whatever, it's not the case. As you can tell, I got my camping gear tonight, or today. I'm doing a 5 to 10 p.m. Shift and whatnot. And there's my locker right there. We're at work. But yeah, the reason why I have my stuff here at work with me is because the storage place that we have all of our stuff, they close at 9. I get off at 10. If I went there after I got off, I won't be able to get in to get my camping gear, So, So it's one of those things where it's just like, people, you guys need to get over your guys' own damn paranoia and bullshit crap thinking and help others that are in need. I'm sorry if I'm coming off a little wrong, strong, or sounding like I'm rude, but I'm sick and tired of this country being the way it is. I'm not helping others that are in need. Yes, I've been homeless before. I've been there before on the whole flying signs and whatnot. I had like a stack of 5 or so signs, and 2 of them I would use the most out of all that, and 1 out of those 2 that I would use the most out of those 2. And the one I would use would say, "In need of a miracle, please help, God bless," and the other one said, "We'll work for cash." Excuse me, y'all. But yeah, and that "Will work for cash" is the one I used the most out of those 2. And one day, I was flying on a street corner in Phoenix, off of, if any of y'all are familiar with Phoenix, I was flying off of the southwest corner on Peoria and 35th Avenue in Phoenix, which happens to be the Fry's grocery store and gas station area. And this was some years back, and there was this, landscaping truck that came by with that was full of Mexicans, finishing up for the day or whatever. And I was like, "Hey, you guys need an extra help tomorrow?" And they're like, "Yeah, sure. Here's my number. Write it down." So I did. And call us or text me in the morning and whatnot to let us know that you're ready. And we'll pick you up at the McDonald's across the street. And so I did. And we did like 5 houses that day. And I made over $150, close to $180 that day, just because of finding a sign that said "We'll work for cash." And I work. Look behind me. Here's proof. I work. If I have to, I'll even, cross out my important information on the paperwork. But one of these times we'll freaking videotaping my paychecks and my pay stubs and tax return and all that. I got all that. And also, to top it all off, my wife's last ovary has been bothering her for like the last few months, giving her major pain to where she can't sleep, can't do much, can't do whatever because of the pain. And she can't take that many medication for the pain. And so she's, figuring out how we can manage with the pain while being homeless and dealing with what we got in front of us financially. We're still waiting for our tax returns, which should be coming sometime this week, along with my paycheck, which is this Friday. And so I'm trying, she's trying not to be in this situation and to make this situation currently as smoothly and comfortable as possible until we get to that next step to get up on. We just need a little assistance. And I'm sick and tired of this country's way of judging everyone in that homeless situation. Not every homeless person is a drug addict. Not every homeless person is a drunk. Not every homeless person chooses that lifestyle and pulls around like 2 or 3 grocery carts at a time. No, that's not us. As you can tell, I'm wearing clean work clothes. My ID badge is right here to put on my shirt when I get back on shift, which I should have done a couple minutes ago, but this is a touchy subject for me, so I want to get it all out, and they don't care. I'm a pretty good hustler. I know what specifically to do tonight to get done early, even if I get off break a few minutes late, But, the only time I get a pay raise is at the beginning of each new year. When the state's minimum wage goes up by $1. I started working here when it was 9 something an hour. Following year, started getting paid 10 something an hour, and then this year it was like 11.10 an hour, which is Colorado's minimum wage. get any wages other than that, except for buy tips from the customers that walk through the mall. But even that's vaguely slim. Hardly any has been giving me any tips within the last, I don't know, 6 months or so. If they did give me a tip, it was like $1 or a handful of pocket change or whatever, which ain't shit when it comes to paying bills and trying to stay off the streets. I don't have time to look for other work. I mean, I do now, physically do, but I don't want to make that transition unless I have a two-income situation to where I have that cushion to rely on when I make that transition. And I bet there's a lot of people out there on this planet, especially in this country, that feel the same way. I ain't gonna just quit a job and do this and whatnot. But it's uncomfortable. One for me, for the whole applying for a job, getting an interview, succeeding at the interview to get the job, and then with that on top of my schedule here at this job, friggin' the transition of once I get that new job, put in my 2 weeks notice at the end of the paycheck to match the same time of the pay period of my next paycheck at the new job. I don't want to make that time gap too long to where I'm not getting paid, you know? And I keep on trying to tell my wife this, and it seems like she doesn't understand. It makes sense to her, but it doesn't make sense, she doesn't understand it, you know? So, sorry, all that's security. Funny thing is that as janitorial or housekeepers or whatever you want to call, we'll get written up for surfing the channels on the radio. But yet, security and all that are allowed to use our station, not their own. They have their own special channel. They don't always stick on it. It's like, why are we treating like shit sometimes? You know, it doesn't make sense. If we need to call security, we can go housekeeping to security or go to their channel and call them. But yet they can use our channel freely. It's like, doesn't make sense. But I gotta get back to work, y'all. Well, I hope everybody has a good day, or evening, night, whatever. Like I said, I'm working the 5 to 10 p.m. shift tonight. So, good night wherever you're at. And if you happen to be on the other side of the country, or in a different country that happens to be morning, good morning, y'all. But yeah, no matter if I post this on Facebook or my YouTube channel, please please consider to help me financially if you can, to the fundraiser link below this video or wherever you see it on the video. And if you can't, like seriously 100% can't help, not even with $1, at least have some heart to share that fundraiser link to be able to give other people a chance to help if they can. You know, not one of those, oh, I'm sorry, I'll keep you in my prayers and don't do shit type of people. Please share the fundraiser. You know? Well, I gotta get back to work, and peace out, y'all, and I hope everybody has a good day or night or evening or wherever you're tuning in from. Peace out, y'all.